Hi Stitchy friends, it's Sally here from Flossy Sews and Grows here on Flosstube, YouTube and over on Instagram. Welcome to Flosstube number 19. I can't quite believe I've got that far already. So thank you so much for coming and joining me again. Thank you to everybody that continues to watch me and has subscribed and comments on my videos. It just means everything. It's wonderful. Everyone always says what a wonderful community we are in, and it's absolutely true. So thank you and welcome back. I have got absolutely loads to show you today. I haven't spoken to you. Well, I filmed 3 weeks ago. I was hoping just to have a 2-week gap, and so today is Friday the 29th of September. I was hoping to film last Friday, but my mum last minute said, oh, can we go to the garden centre together and we'll have lunch and blah blah blah. I'm like, of course, you know, time with my mum, it's precious and important. So unfortunately you all got pushed back a week so I could spend some time with mum, but it was lovely, and we always have good old chat, and it's nice to spend time together. So lots to show you. I've not got a lot of projects to show you because I've really been working on a couple and concentrating on getting them finished. So I've not got a huge, so I've been doing lots of stitching, but not on many projects. And I've done a little bit of finishing, so I can show you that. And then I have got quite a lot of haul. It's been my birthday, so you know, it's not all been bought by me. I've got some lovely gifts as well to show you. So let's get on with the stitching. So what have we got first? Well, as I said, I finished two things. I finished, well, fully finished. These were finished probably a while ago. So we have here, so this one is, this is Halloween Delivery. It's by Brenda Gervais from the Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee book, and I stitched this on, this is on, I would say it's either 36 or 40 count country vintage mocha. I have stitched it 1/2, so it's really nice and prim looking. And then this is framed in a, it's not framed particularly well actually. This is in a really cheap frame from the range. I was trying to get something a bit more kind of spooky looking and black, that I could do a series, you know, a series of my Halloween little smalls. And I tried initially to frame this one in it, but it's just not very good. The inside of it isn't very good, and I'm not going to show you, so I haven't actually been able to lace this one, so it's just kind of almost plonked in. But actually I think because it's on the country vintage mocha fabric, you can't really see you know, perhaps where it might be just not quite as pulled as tightly if I'd laced it. So I think I've got away with it, but it's still, and I bought 2 of these frames, and because I didn't like the way the inside was set, that it wasn't easy to frame stuff, I actually took the other one back this morning and replaced it with another one of these. So that's Halloween Delivery. Trusty ironing board to my right here to put everything, take everything off and put everything on. And then this, so this is a, I bought another of these frames today. This is a slightly better frame, a bit more sturdy from the range. So this is Midnight Jack from Delaney Wood's Treasures, which was in the fall 2016 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitch issue. And I've stitched this on 40 count fabric, which came out of my magic stash bag. And again, this is stitched 1/2. I think both of them have actually been stitched pretty much in the called for. I might have made some changes on that, but pretty much in the called for threads. I think this was DMC, and that one, this one has been fancy flosses, but pretty much where I've got them, I've used the call for. But I'm really pleased with those 2, and we had friends over at the weekend to celebrate my birthday, and these were hanging up together in a spooky corner downstairs with some little lights, and my friends were like, oh, it's your little Halloween display. And I had other Halloween stuff out as well, so it was, you know, nice to start feeling autumny. So those are my two fully finished objects. And I did also have a finish. Now, I think the last time you saw this, I had just started it, and I am absolutely thrilled with this. So this is September's Revenge. Let's just fold this. My board's underneath it, so hopefully that'll just... This is September's Revenge. And this was designed by Ellen Reed from Maximum Cross Stitch. And I've stitched it on 36 count Panettone fabric from Roxy Floss, and also it is stitched with the called for Roxy Floss Co. threads. I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It was just, let me see if it's better without the... So I should have stitched Barbara Anna on Wednesday night with Stitchy Sally, but actually I wanted to finish this, so I did. It's absolutely gorgeous, absolutely thrilled with it. I have been watching along, so it was a stitch along hosted by Caroline at Evertotes, and Caroline has posted a little stitch along Flosstube every day, most days through September, showing her progress. And I've tried to watch every day where I could, and stitch along with Caroline, and just it's been wonderful to hear Caroline talking about her stitching, talking about her life at Evertotes, and obviously she's in Canada, so you know, slightly different lifestyle to over here in the UK. So it's just been a really lovely stitch along. I've just absolutely loved it. That's the chart. So, and it was great. It was really funny actually, because there was one of Caroline's videos, she had Ellen staying for the weekend because they're actually really good friends, and it was fabulous because somebody had pointed out they'd been stitching this last flower here, and if you can see, it's half yellow and half orange, and someone had contacted Caroline and said, oh, the flower on the charts is different to what's charted inside. And Ellen sat next to Caroline with a really funny, you have to go and watch Ellen Maximum Cross Stitch Hour. Her facial expressions are just the best facial expressions ever. She just absolutely makes me howl with laughter. But so Ellen sat there and said, yes, the chart is correct, and the model stitcher who did the model for this was a little bit drunk when she stitched that flower. And of course it was Ellen herself. So I actually decided I much preferred the orange that in that flower, so I stuck with the chart and stitched it all in orange. So absolutely, I'm so thrilled with that finish, just absolutely wonderful. Love stitching it, and thank you to Ellen, Caroline and Carrie for putting this together, because it's just been fantastic. And I'm not going to fully finish that, I think, not straight away. Carrie from Roxy Floss Co is coming over to the UK to go to Stitch in London, which is 3 weeks today. Ha! So exciting. And so I think I'm probably going to leave it unfinished, and I'll take it to Stitch in London to show, to put on the brag table. I thought that was a really nice idea. So next up, oh, I did have a start actually. So, oh no, I think I'd started it the day before, or the day I did my last Flosstube. So another stitch that I've been doing that I can't show you just yet is a little Halloween small that I have been stitching for a Halloween exchange, which has been organised by Amanda at Alba Stitchers. So I've really been enjoying that. I've picked something I think that is hopefully quite unique for my partner Audrey. So it's not a surprise. We both know we both have each other for our swap. So Audrey and I had a couple of emails back and forth of what we both liked, and because you know, not everybody likes Halloween, and it was a Halloween exchange, but you know, we both did, but we could have you know, we could have gone down the autumn route had we wanted to. So it was really lovely. So I'm nearly finished with that. It has to be ready, I think. Well, I want it to be ready for next Friday because I'm going away for the weekend, and want to have it ready and posted really next Friday before I go away. So hopefully before it goes, I will do a little video to show it to you, so that once Audrey has received it, I can then put that hopefully on my next Flosstube episode. So my next stitch has been Joy of Winter. This is actually, I will pop a little picture up of where it was last time. I have been doing this. So this was a stitch along that started last year, hosted by my lovely friend Sally at Stitchy Sally, and it's The Joy of Winter, 5 Stitches Through the Years, and designed by, always try and pronounce this lady's name, Lana Lenskaya, and it's actually a freebie. So it's just for a free pattern. It's just absolutely amazing. Yasmin Made with Love and I both started stitching this last year, and neither of us had finished it. And I think we both knew that we had it in our whip piles. And I said to Yaz, or Yaz said to me, I can't remember who, let's try and do a stitch along and get on and get it stitched. So we decided to stitch on this on Tuesday evenings or Tuesdays. And so this is either, we've just done the 3rd week, and actually Tuesday was my birthday, so I didn't get a huge amount done on this, but this is where it is now. So you can see from the last time I've done quite a lot of filling in kind of the little bits. There's just lots of little bits to fill in really, and the gold, some gold bits which I'm actually using a Petite's Treasure braid for. So it's really coming on well. I'm hoping that on Tuesday it's my shorter day at work, so I'm hoping to perhaps get half an hour of stitching in before work, and then also it's a night that my daughter doesn't have any activities, or she does, she stays at school later, so she just has to get picked up a bit later. So I'm hoping when I finish work I can also do an hour, to try and get an hour done then before I then stitch kind of in the evening later on. So really keen to get this one finished, and I think it could be finished on Tuesday. It could be. If not, there'll be just a few little bits left to do on it. But it's really beautiful, and I'm really pleased that Yaz and I decided to work on that one together. And it's kind of encourages you to pick something up when you have a friend that's also stitching it. And also I'm a little bit competitive, so kind of look at where Yaz is up to and see how far she's got, and is she ahead of me, is she behind me, and so that pushes me as well. That pushes me, that little slight competitive side. So that is The Joy of Winter, which I've loved. Now, one that I'm perhaps not not quite spending so much time on. Oh no, let me do this one. That I'm not perhaps spending quite so much time on is my Barbara Anna. So I stitch Barbara Anna on Wednesday evenings with Stitchy Sally, and I have been stitching the 4 seasons. So this is a Nitka kit. That's what it looks like. And unfortunately you can't buy from Nitka at the moment because they're based in Russia. And I was really lucky that a lovely lady in Canada sent me her pattern and all her leftover threads after she'd finished stitching it, because she knew it was one that I wanted to do. So so this week I didn't stitch on Barbara Anna because I wanted to get my September's Revenge finished. So so this is just 2 weeks, and this is on a 40 count. So I haven't quite finished the Summer Lady, but as you can see I have just started on the Autumn Lady. I think what has happened with this one is that it's on 40 count. It's quite a tight fabric. It is beautiful fabric. It is a fabric that is out of my, I can see there's a big, I'm having to shut the curtains, it's that sunny today. There's a big stripe of light on my shoulder. I've got to the point with the Summer Lady that, well, just lots of little bitty bits, and a couple of stitches in a new colour and a couple of stitches in a new colour. So what I decided to do was start on the Autumn Lady, and hopefully there'll be some kind of bigger blocks of colour that can be quickly and easily stitched, because they're big blocks, and it will make me look like I've made a bit more progress than I have, because I feel that I'm being very slow on this one. You know, enjoying it, really love it, but there's no hurry to get it finished, because it's all 4 seasons, so it's not trying to get something finished for Halloween or for Christmas. It's, you know, it's just an ongoing one. And again, having that Wednesday night stitch with Sally, it concentrates my mind on, yes, I'm going to do Barbarana. That's my night for it. But then, you know, I do have the flexibility, and as does Sally, that if something else comes along that one of us wants to stitch, we can switch it out. It's fine. But it does so mean I am keeping going, but it's just slow progress. And you know, I always try and put a few stitches in on a Wednesday with it, even if I then go and stitch something else afterwards. I always try and put a few in. So slow but steady, slow but steady. So it might still be on the go next year, but we'll see. We'll see. Another one I have a little bit of a deadline with. So you know, I've had a few that I've had deadlines, and I'm trying to get done. So up next is Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, and it's Stitcher's Retreat House. Can't see how well is that actually. Is it focusing very well? There we go. I'll pop a little picture up here of what it looked like last time so that you can see. And I'm stitching this with Charlie, who is Stitches with Charlie Feathers, and I'm stitching this on beautiful, beautiful pale pink fabric, which was a fabric of the month from my lovely friend Kate, who is Fabrics by Crafty Kate. And here we go with my progress. So you can see I have come down to the bottom here and finished that border. I've done more of the house, and I've done some of the bits around here as well. So slow but steady progress. I'm just trying to think, you know, actually, so every single day in September I have stitched on September's Revenge, so I've always put some stitches in on September's Revenge. So everything else, you know, has not necessarily had a huge amount, but I think this one, since I last spoke to you in the last 3 weeks, has had maybe three or 4 sessions on it. So steady progress. The hashtag that Charlie and I have with this one is hashtag Stitchy Friends Retreat Together, Sal. So the plan with this is to hopefully finish it by Stitch in London. So I've got 3 weeks. Got 3 weeks to finish it, but actually, you know, I think probably a good halfway, if not more, done on that. So plan is to finish it for Stitch in London, and hopefully, as you can see, I picked a long piece of fabric, so hopefully there will be space at the bottom that I can get some of my stitchy friends, or new or old, because there's going to be a few people that I've met online there who I'm just really looking forward to meeting in person, but there'll also be some new friends as well. Some of actually I have met quite a few of the participants now online, because Marie, who's organising Stitch in London, we had a Zoom call maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago to meet and have a chat, which was lovely. And actually we've got another one planned on Sunday, which I'm hoping I can get to. I have got plans, and hoping we're home in time that I can catch some of that call. So really, so this one is going to be a priority to get stitched in the next 3 weeks. So that will be top of the picking pile. Top of the picking pile. Pick it. So the final one that I stitched on is the Supernatural Sal by the Witchy Stitcher. I'll pop a picture here so you can see where I'd got up to last time. and this is where I am up to now. So what have I done? I have pretty much finished all of the boxes. So I think there were a couple that hadn't quite been, there's just a little bit left on this one at the bottom to finish. I know, I think there was, I've stitched the words for fairy in there. So I've worked mainly on this bottom row. So the demon has been started. I don't think he was started last time, and I have done a little bit more of the border down here. So again, you know, this is one I'd kind of aimed to have this done for Stitch in London. I think there's somebody else who's going to Stitch in London who I commented on their Instagram post showing it quite a while ago, saying, oh yes, let's try and get it finished for Stitch in London. So really I want it finished for Stitch in London so I can fully finish it and get it up for Halloween. So you know, it's just it's been over a year. I started it in July last year, and it's been, you know, it's been a really lovely nice stitch. It's stitched on 32 count Vampirella, so it's an even weave, and that was dyed by the Stitchy Ferret. So fabulous fabric. I got given it to my partner, surprised me with it for Christmas. Boy did good. That was 2 years ago maybe. And yeah, so gonna crack on with that one as well. That will be at the top of the pile. And those are the only things I've stitched on in the last 3 weeks. So although not a lot of projects, I've actually made really good progress. That, you know, Stitcher's Revenge was a week in last time you saw it, and yeah, it's now finished. So that really had a lot of time concentrated on it. So I think there's a few things there that obviously will have some time, you know, real push to get finished. Oh, excuse me, did you hear that? That was my stomach. Hopefully you didn't. Yeah, but lots of stitching done, and I'm really pleased with that finish. So haul. It's a bit of a pile. It's a bit of a pile, but it's not all, you know, birthdays. So yeah, so it was my birthday on Tuesday. Had a really lovely day. I did work. My boss phoned me and said, you know I give you a day off on your birthday, so why are you working? I was like, oh, I didn't know that, but anyway, I'm having a day off, another day instead. So so I worked. It was only a short day, so it wasn't too bad. Oh, I went to the gym in the morning. Goodness knows why on my birthday, but I felt good for it, and then went out in the evening with my partner, my daughter and my mum for dinner, and it was really lovely. It was really lovely. It was quite quiet. It was quite a quiet birthday this year. So I was 49. So next year is 50, and I think 50 will be quite a busy year. So yeah, so it was quite nice to be quiet this year. So my first present and was a little lamp which my daughter bought me. I'd asked for this. So this is actually, I do have quite a good desk lamp. This is where I sit facing that way to stitch, and I do have the window behind me, so the light in here is quite good. But the lamp I have is quite big and bulky and plugs into the electricity. So I knew I needed a lamp for Stitch in London. And when we'd had our stitchy call, the Stitch in London with Marie, I'd said, oh, you know, do we need to bring extension leads for our lamps? And she said, oh, well, actually, the hotel don't really like you having extension leads. So you're better bringing a lamp that you don't need to plug in, that you can charge with an LED. So this is that. And I'm travelling probably on the train, I think, all being well and no strikes. Otherwise I will have to drive. I don't want to. I'd much rather go on the train. And it just folds up really, really neatly like that. And then it's just got a little, somewhere it's got a little there just on the side it's got a little phone charger socket. So it's not a C, it's not an Apple one, it's, you know, it's an Android phone, one of the older ones. So, you know, if you've got a slightly newer Android phone, that's now a C cable, which my phone uses. But my Kindle and old phones use these ones to charge. So, yeah, plenty around, plenty available. And actually, it does come with one. So I've got a little tiny power bank that I can use with that if suddenly during the day I need more power with it. So really, really pleased with that. And it came with a little bag to put it in to keep it secure in my suitcase. So there we go. So my next present, this. So my friend Kate, who many of you know is Fabrics by Crafty Kate, came to visit yesterday to bring my birthday present. Now, do you know what? Having friends are wonderful, because I have had a couple of lovely presents from some of my friends. But actually having a stitchy friend is wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. And having a stitchy friend actually who also dyes fabric and had access to needlework market is wonderful as well, because she bought me a chart. So Kate bought me, this is called Big Chicken Little Chicken Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. Now, as many of you are aware, Kate took pre-orders to for Needlework Market this time round, and I've got my charts. She brought my charts as well that I'd purchased, so I've got those to show you too. But unfortunately, Stacy Nash, because there was a deadline, obviously for Kate to collate orders and to then do the marketplace. Unfortunately, Stacy Nash released her charts after Kate's deadline for us to order, so I hadn't actually even seen this one. And but she saw it come through and went, I'm going to put one of those on the order because I know someone who needs that for their birthday. Hence me. So this is fabulous because it's got the chicken on the top, and if you can see, because it's a pin keep, there is a pattern around the side, and then for the bottom there is this little pattern at the bottom. So I just adore it, absolutely adore it. Just the bestest friend ever, because you all know I love chickens. I've got 3, and yeah, so pleased with that. But it didn't end there. Oh no, look what else. So this is also from Stacy Nash. So a little thread drop with a chicken on it. So absolutely so pleased with that. And it didn't quite end there actually, because some of you may have noticed that I should have had a new start on the 23rd of September for the hashtag seasonal sale that Lancashire Stitcher Lynn is organising. And I've been stitching the Seasons of the Heart series from the Blue Flower, and I should have started on the 23rd because that was the first day of autumn. So I should have started the autumn pattern. Now, the other thing you if you're a regular viewer, you will know I had a magic stash bag of fabrics that I bought off a lovely lady a year ago, I think, actually, full of 40 count bits, yeah, her scraps, old bits, and I just thought, oh, I'll come to the 23rd and I'll pick a bit of fabric out of there, and there we go. I'll be sorted. The weekend before, I went to look in my bag to say, right, better figure out my fabric. I'd already got the threads, I'd already figured those out. I was using the call for, so I'd already worked them all out. They're in the folder ready to go. And I looked in my bag. There was nothing that I thought was suitable. Nothing that was light enough. So the 3 that I've already done are on quite pale fabrics. I think two of them I've done on Magic Stash Bag fabric, and one I've done on Vintage Cream from Zweigart. So they're all quite pale. The lightest I had was Vintage Country Mocha, and I didn't really want the mottling of it, so I thought, well, I can turn it over and use that side. But I felt it was still too dark. So in a mad message to Kate, I was like, oh my gosh, have you got any 40 count in stock of anything pale? And worst case, can I buy a bit of white off you that you haven't dyed? And I'll either, you know, I either tea dye it myself, or I've got some little dyes, or, you know. And anyway, Kate said, as it so happens, I have a little piece of sand dunes that didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to. It's not quite dark enough, so I wasn't going to sell it. And would you like that as part of your birthday present? Yes, please, Kate. So, so I've got a little bit of sand dunes, and she just has actually cut me the lighter bit of it. I think there was part of it that was darker, so absolutely perfect. So that is on my plan. So another bit of birthday present there, but that's now on my plan to start Seasons of the Heart. Maybe do that on the 1st of October as a first of the month new start. Didn't have a birthday one, didn't have one on the 23rd, so maybe that's not a bad idea. So really pleased with that. I could have actually perhaps used this fabric, but actually I think it's a little bit, yes, it's a little bit darker. So another little bit of fabric that I saw on a D-stash, and absolute coup, this one. Beautiful piece of fabric. So it's got a lovely kind of creamy pink, and it's XDew Designs, 40 count, Newcastle, and it's lamb's wool. So really pleased. A lady, lovely lady called Leslie, who I've actually bought on a D-stash from before, had put it up, and couldn't resist it, because I knew my 40 count stash was starting to dwindle a little bit. And although I think 36 my favourite, I still do love 40 count. Couldn't travel on its own from Leslie's house. She also was destashing Love Notes from Brenda Gervais, and I think I'd seen Charlie'd stitched this last year. Absolutely loved that, so couldn't resist. Fabric charts, can't travel alone, so had to get them. So the other things that Kate bought then yesterday were my fabric of the month for September. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Look at that purple. I don't know whether the board's helping or hindering there. Absolutely gorgeous. So I have 36 count linen from Kate every month for fabric of the month, and I have a 13 by 18 piece. And that purple, I love purple, my favourite colour. I almost wish I'd got a bigger piece of this, but Kate did say to me she thinks she will put this into her main range, so that if anyone wants to buy that, they can do. So, oh, just love it, just love it. And of course, all the marketplace stuff that Kate had ordered had arrived about a week ago, and she'd messaged me and said, it's come. Shall I wait? I won't post it. You can have it when I see you. And I was like, okay. So I was very jealous. I saw Rosie from Rosie X Stitches, who put her haul on Instagram earlier in the week, and I was like, oh, I've got to wait till I see Kate. I've got to wait till Thursday. So but it arrived. And so I bought, can't count, five charts. It's not much. I had to support my friend's small business. So chart number 1 that I bought was Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. I love this. I'm quite tempted, obviously, because, you know, me and my chickens. It's a very bird themed video. or very bird themed haul, in fact. I'm quite tempted maybe just to stitch this, actually. I like that. Well, I might do it too. I might do the whole thing for me, and then maybe that for a chicken friend, a friend who's got chickens. Yeah, really love that. Really love that. And another bird one. So I really liked this. Thought it was very cute. My other half loves owls. So this is from Barefoot Needle Art, and it's Owl Terrace. So a bit of an autumny, Halloweeny one. So I think this will be in next year's list now. So really like that one. Then I couldn't resist these two. Could not resist. Steampunk Percival and Steampunk Penelope, and these are from Annie Turner from The Proper Stitcher. Look at those. Look at them. Aren't they amazing? Aren't they amazing? So, birds, purple, just, and Halloweeny, really. So, my favourite colour, favourite thing. They're not chickens, but they're birds, but still, love them, love them, love them, love them. And then the final one was this one, and this is Counting Puddles, and it's Spooktacular Party. Now, I just love this. I just thought this was so original. What I really love, hopefully you're not getting too much glare, I should have taken it out of the package, was these ghosts. And just look at these stitches. Just look at that. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely gorgeous. And Kate really loves this one too. I think she's got this one as well. And we talked about the fabric because that is stitched on chalkboard. But actually Kate does a fabric called Midnight, which is a dark blue. So I think I'm going to order some of that off her to do this, which she said that she was going to do. So I think, watch this space. There might be a stitch along at some point with that one. And there was also a little freebie from the Proper Stitcher for people that had ordered. So I can't show you that because it's the chart, but that is a small that I will stitch at some point. So, and my mum actually went up to Create Nostalgia because that's not far away from us. And I had already checked out the colours for Percival and Penelope. Especially that purple dress. Gorgeous. So I checked out what the colours were, and Eggplant and Plum Moss from Weeks Dye Works, and then Percival's little shorts and hat are Basil from Weeks Dye Works. So I sent Mum with a little order, a little list of the fancy flosses. I've looked at it, and everything else I'll probably do the DMC equivalents, but those were the three that I thought I needed to get to go with that. So there we go. So it's funny actually, because I think have you watched Just So Sherry yet? New floss tuber, absolutely fantastic, really lovely, makes me giggle, talking about her pants I think in a very first video. But she when she doesn't call her haul, she calls it her gifts for her. And I love that. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was absolutely brilliant because, you know, these certainly the things that I bought from Needlework Market were gifts for me. I think you can remember I got offered more hours at work because my new job's been going really well, and hopefully a little bit of an expansion of my role, a little bit more kind of responsibility coming. And I just thought when that happened, I thought I needed a little treat. And so hence I bought those as my gift to me. So not just my birthday, just for you know, job, for doing well. Hey, I was happy and I did that. And then actually these are presents because actually I got gifted some money for my birthday. So I'd had my eye on a couple of charts from Yasmin, Made with Love, for quite a while. And because I'd had some money for my birthday, I thought, right, that's another way of treating myself. So I bought Halloween Ride, which this was model stitched by our friend Kim, who is Stitchy Squirrels, and it's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love it. Look at that little fox and the little owl. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, Kim, who Stitchy Squirrels, model stitched that. Then I also bought some bouquet. Now I love this one. That blue fabric. So this is stitched on Bluetiful, which is one of Kate's fabrics. So fabric by Crafty Kate, and I have some Bluetiful left over. I've already stitched. I had it as fabric of the month. I've already stitched something on some of it, and I have some more. So I've already got the fabric for that. And then the other one that quite a few people have been stitching is the Queen Bee, and I really liked this. This is stitched on a Tom and Lily fabric. I think it's coral. I haven't got that, but I think I have got something. If you can remember, I won some Tom and Lily fabric a while ago, and I've got 3, and I think there's all 3 would actually be contenders for this. I think would all look lovely with it. So those were a birthday present as well. So that's all my haul. Oh, so much of it, but why do I need so much haul? Well, and why also am I trying to get everything finished off? So, you know, my plans coming up now are to really try and finish my existing whips. So I started September with 12. I think, you know, only a couple of months ago I had 20. I'd got up to 20. So I started September with 12. I had 2 new starts. One was September's Revenge and one was my Halloween exchange gift. So I finished one of them, nearly got a second finish. So I'm going into October with 13 whips. And I do need to start the seasonal sale, so that'll be, you know, 13, 14. But why am I on a real push to get things finished? Well, I think I have alluded to it in previous videos, and I know that Sarah from Sew Me Sarah has now also talked about it on her Flosstube, but we are both 50 next year, the big 50. So we have a crazy plan, because why not, to do 50 new starts for 50. Now, my thinking behind this is that I have lots of beautiful charts and I have lots of beautiful fabric. What's the point in having them sitting in the boxes in my sewing room? I'm not sure if it was Saltbot Stitcher who showed this, or someone else has shown it. I think New Hampshire Stitcher, I think, has shown Sally Spencer a few times, the sampler, and it's beautiful. That is a sampler I would really like to stitch, but I think it's really hard to get hold of. But the quote on Sally Spencer is, "Soonest started, soonest finished." So my thinking is, the sooner I start on the projects that I've got, on the charts that I've got, the soonest I will be able to finish them. So 50 in 50, 50 for 50. We're going to do it. We're going to start in January, and we're going to take the whole of 2024 to do it. So that is our 50th year. My birthday's in September, Sarah's is in December, but we've decided to do it in the calendar year. I know a few people commented on Sarah's Flosstube after she said about it, and said, crazy, absolutely crazy. But you know, Yasmin has just posted that she has already finished 50 things this year, and it's only September. So it's doable. It's doable. I think when I calculated, I can't remember what I'm up to now, but I think when I thought in July, about June or July, initially had the thought about doing it, I think I had started about 26 or 27 projects at that point, and I had finished about 25. So it's doable. It's absolutely doable. And they don't have to be finished. They just have to be started. So I think there will be lots of smalls, and you know, lots of smaller things to try and get some quick stitches in, but I think it's going to be really, really good fun. So Sarah and I are meeting 3 weeks today at Stitch in London, and there's going to be lots of conversation, lots of chat about quite how we're going to do it. You know, are we going to have some themes in there of what we stitch on, you know, in certain months? And you know, I think also we really would like to get you guys involved, and you know, to see if there's any ideas that you can think about. You know, I think certainly some you know, perhaps ask the audience, you know, should we stitch this one or should we stitch that one? Really would love to get you all involved in our exciting adventure of turning 50. So you know, if you've got any ideas, let me know below, and I will certainly share those with Sarah when we meet up in London in 3 weeks. It's going to be manic, but it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be manic, but it's going to be brilliant. But you know, why not having a real aspirational challenge? If midway through the year we're both overwhelmed by it and it's just too much, well, we can change the rules. Absolutely fine. So thank you for coming and checking in with me. It's been a really lovely week. Really lovely week. It's been wonderful. You know, my birthday, to see Kate yesterday. Kate bought her little girl Grace. Grace is adorable. She has little cut. She's like me. She's got curly hair. I've put my hair back. I've realised that if I talk to you when my hair's down, it gets on my nerves and I fiddle with it. So I've decided to get it back and get it out of the way so that I don't even think about it. So Grace, yes, Grace was here yesterday as well, and she's just adorable. She just had a little, you know, little 2-year-old wandering around the house finding things that yeah, she probably shouldn't be finding, but pulling things out of little random bags here, there and everywhere. But you know, she's great fun. And when the first time I met Grace, she just looked at me and burst into tears, but now she's happy to come and have a cuddle and sit on my knee. And you know, when I had to come upstairs to get her out of my sewing room because I don't know what could be in here that she shouldn't have, you know, she's happy to come and be picked up and taken back downstairs. So it's just been a lovely week. The sun is now out. So I'm going to get these curtains open and sit and do a little bit more of my Halloween exchange stitching. And yeah, it's the start of the weekend. Can't think what my plans are, but there's things going on and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Thank you for dropping in. If you've got this far, thank you for listening. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be amazing if you could. It does mean so much to us Flosstubers when someone subscribes, just because it shows us that people are enjoying what we're talking about, what we're doing, and it just makes it all worthwhile. So that would be amazing if you could like, comment and subscribe. Yeah, leave a little comment below about me and Sarah being absolutely crazy, and give us some ideas of how you think we should do our year. Yeah, so just leaves me to say happy stitching and see you soon. Take care. Bye.